Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. Um, this is kind of a review or an explanation on your previous lesson, most appropriate measure of center and variation. Um, this can go one of two different ways, and remember, it all depends on is that data symmetric. So the problem that we had was a stem and leaf plot, and there were 15 pieces of data. Okay, and the first question, is that data symmetric? No, if this data is not symmetric, and that's because there's a gap in the data. There's a gap right here. We go from kind of like the high teens to the mid to higher 20s, a gap in the data, then to the high 40s. So that data is not symmetric. Okay, it's not very balanced, and a gap really indicates that, or the outlier, the 47, is also an indicator. Okay, so answer one, no, the data is not symmetric. So the most appropriate in this case would be to find the median for the measure of center and the interquartile range, or the IQR, for the appropriate measure of variation. Okay. And now I need to find both of these things, and that's going to be answer 3 and 4. All right. So I've listed my data, and I made sure that it was in order from least to greatest, but I also made sure I had 15 pieces of data. Very important. So I just listed it in a line. Okay. So now, hopefully you guys can see this. I'm going to find the median. And I know there's 15 pieces of data. One off, working my way to the middle. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7. Okay, so that particular 21 is my median. Notice I have 7 off of each side. That's a total of 14 pieces of data, leaving me with the 15th piece of data right in the center. So that's a little cheat. The median, answer 3, is 21. All right, and now we need to find our interquartile range. Okay, here's kind of a trick, or I guess somewhere you could do this wrong. When you find the lower quarter and the upper quarter, you do not include the median. Okay, so here's my lower half of data. Here's my upper half of data. Okay, and now I'm essentially finding the median of the lower half, and that's going to give me my first quarter. So I'm going to go the other direction, 1 off, 2, 2, 3, 3. That's going to leave me with 17 for my Q1, also known as my 25th percentile. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing to the upper half to find the third quarter of the data, or the 75th percentile. So 1, 1, working my way to the middle, 2, 2, 3, 3, leaving me with 24 for my third quarter, or 75th percentile. Now, to find the interquartile range, the range between the quarters, I'm just simply subtracting 17 from 24. I'm finding the range between them, so that's 24 subtract 17. And so that gives me an interquartile range. 24 minus 17 is 7. Okay? So there's my 4 answers. The most appropriate measure of center and variation for this data set is the median and the interquartile range, because the data is not symmetric. The median is 21. The interquartile range is 7. All right, guys, we don't have much left. We're going to push into the final stretch of the year. I think we're going to get kicked back into a little bit of geometry for the last week or two. I guess it'd be the last week. All right, remember next Friday is the last chance for grades in Google Classrooms, and also get your packets in no later than next Friday. All right, peace.